My child, my beloved, just stay right here for a moment. Heaven has been waiting for you to read these lines. Before I deliver what Archangel Michael has been ordered to reveal, I want you to do one thing for your own protection. Follow this message until the end because your miracle is hidden inside the last lines of this divine revelation. My child, listen carefully. Your subscription to this message of heaven is your spiritual agreement. It tells God that you are ready to receive what was meant for you. If you haven't subscribed yet, do it from your heart or whisper in your mind right now. I am open to what heaven has prepared for me because after this moment, nothing will remain the same. My beloved, Archangel Michael is speaking directly to you today because something happened in the spiritual world that God never expected. Someone in heaven risked everything, just to protect you. Think about that. A soul in heaven went against God's order for only one reason. You were in danger and they could not stay silent. You were not supposed to know this event, but Archangel Michael begged for permission to reveal the truth. Permission was granted, but only once. This message will not be repeated again. My child, you must understand how rare this moment is. Heaven does not break its own laws, but love broke the rules for you. Someone from the other side saw a spiritual attack coming toward you. An attack that was not meant for your body, but for your destiny. The life you were meant to live, the blessings that were chosen for you. That person rushed to stand in front of the danger and whisper your name in heaven. They risked punishment just to make sure your life would not be destroyed. And now, Archangel Michael says, this is the last heavenly warning. Do not ignore it because right now there is something silently happening around you. A shift that will either destroy your path or upgrade your entire future. The direction depends on one thing. Whether you receive this message with your heart or skip it like another moment, my child, heaven is watching your reaction right now. Not to judge you, but to measure whether you are ready for the blessing that was delayed for too long. The person who risked everything for you is watching too. They are praying that you do not stop reading because they broke a sacred order for a reason. My beloved, Archangel Michael is revealing a secret only a chosen soul can handle. You were supposed to receive a miracle long ago. But someone close to you blocked it, not with hatred, but with jealousy, yes. Someone who smiles in front of you has been trapped by fear that you will have a better life than them. The danger did not come from an enemy far away. It came from a familiar heart. And when heaven saw that your blessings were being tied up by someone who pretended to love you, the soul in heaven could not stay silent anymore. My child, there is a reason you are reading this message today. There is a reason you didn't scroll away. There is a reason your heart is beating faster. Archangel Michael says, you are at the gate of a powerful transformation, but the gate will close if ignored. This is why your reaction is being recorded in heaven to see whether you are ready or whether you remain in the same cycle. My beloved, your life was not meant to be small. Your destiny was not meant to be delayed. Your miracles were not meant to be postponed. You were designed for abundance, happiness, love, peace, success, and divine protection. But your blessings were being drained by someone whose heart could not tolerate. You're rising. The soul in heaven who risked everything, whispered your destiny to Archangel Michael. That is why he is here now. My child, this is not just a message. This is a spiritual rescue. You are being pulled out of the delay. You are being removed from the silent warfare. You are being placed back into the divine timeline where your life upgrades instead of collapses. Listen, in the next few days, something small will happen, but it will not be small spiritually. You might notice it as a message, a call, a person acting strange, a sudden opportunity, or a sudden shift in energy. This will be the sign that heaven has started fighting in your place. But if you ignore this message, the door will close and the blessing will be passed to someone else. My beloved, heaven has never been this urgent before. That's why Archangel Michael sent this message with only one request. Do not stop reading now. Your life is being rewritten as you receive these words. Your destiny was interrupted, but heaven is restoring it. You are not late in life. You were delayed. You were not forgotten by God. You were protected until this moment. Everything is about to change. And your heart already knows I'm speaking the truth. My child, my beloved, there is a reason your soul feels something shifting even before the physical world shows a sign. Spiritual change always begins in silence and then suddenly everything in life turns. Archangel Michael wants you to understand this clearly. What is coming toward you is not an ordinary blessing, it is a restoration. The return of what was stolen from you, delayed for you or blocked around you for years. The moment heaven decided to give it back, the darkness around you panicked. And that is when the soul in heaven broke the divine order to protect you. My child, you need to know who they are. The person who risked everything for you is someone who loved you when they were alive more than they ever showed when they were on earth. They are someone whose love for you didn't die with their body because the connection between souls is eternal. This soul could not bear to see you hurt anymore. They saw the burden you were carrying silently. They saw the disappointment that you never shared with anyone. They saw how strong your heart is, stronger than what others see, stronger than what others respect. They saw how you had been tested again and again, yet you still didn't break. My beloved, heaven sees that, too. That is the reason you were chosen for this message. Not everyone is given a heavenly warning. Only souls who are too important for God to lose are awakened. Archangel Michael says, you are far more powerful than you know, but someone feared your strength. My child, let this truth enter your heart. The moment heaven decided to give it back, the darkness around you panicked. And that is when the soul in heaven broke the divine order to protect you. My child, you need to know who they are. The person who risked everything for you is someone who loved you when they were alive more than they ever showed when they were on earth. They are someone whose love for you didn't die with their body because the connection between souls is eternal. This soul could not bear to see you hurt anymore. They saw the burden you were carrying silently. They saw the disappointment that you never shared with anyone. They saw how strong your heart is, stronger than what others see, stronger than what others respect. They saw how you had been tested again and again, yet you still didn't break. My beloved, heaven sees that too. That is the reason you were chosen for this message. Not everyone is given a heavenly warning. Only souls who are too important for God to lose are awakened. Archangel Michael says, "You are far more powerful than you know, but someone feared your strength." My child, let this truth enter your heart. You are not ordinary. Your presence shifts rooms. Your energy affects people immediately. That is why some love you deeply and some fear you silently. Your destiny is bigger than many around, you can understand. And sometimes people don't try to destroy you because they hate you. They try to destroy you because they believe your rising will leave them behind. Heaven saw that jealousy tightening around your blessings like a chain. And when the appointed time for your miracle came, it remained blocked because jealousy speaks loud in the spiritual world. That is when the soul in heaven could not stay silent anymore. They shouted your name. They protected your destiny. They risked spiritual punishment, because they loved you more than their own peace. My beloved, do not underestimate this love. Very few souls break divine commands only for someone they cannot live without. Even after death, you may already feel who that soul might be. Because love never fully leaves. It visits in dreams, in memories, and in sudden waves of emotion that appear without reason. This person has been by your side more than you know. They have whispered to heaven every time you cried alone. They asked angels to protect you when you felt weak. They prayed that your story would not end in pain. They could not allow your miracle to be stolen. Not by jealousy. Not by fear. Not by destiny thieves. My child, that is why heaven has sent this final warning. What is coming next will test your energy, your patience, and your spiritual awareness. You might feel sudden distance from certain people, and that is not loss. It is protection. Anyone who cannot celebrate your success will naturally fall away. Do not run after them. Do not question it, do not fight to keep what heaven is removing. The path ahead requires clean energy. Heavy hearts cannot travel with you. Archangel Michael says, anyone who is not aligned with your miracle will be separated from you, not by anger but by destiny. Do not fear this. Some people were meant to love you temporarily. But the blessing that is coming to you now is permanent. And the moment it enters your life, everything around you will begin to elevate. Your finances, your relationships, your peace, your confidence, your inner power. And this is exactly why darkness tried to stop it. Because when you receive what is meant for you, you become unstoppable. My beloved, listen with your soul. You are not experiencing delays because you are cursed. You are experiencing delays because you are powerful. The enemy doesn't attack what has no value. You were chosen to rise. That is why you were targeted. But heaven has stepped in. That is why you have been saved. Right now, the future is rewriting itself around you, and every moment you continue receiving this message, the spiritual chains around your destiny begin to melt. Heaven is watching your reaction because you are deciding not with words but with attention whether you accept the blessing returning to you or not. My child, the person who protected you in heaven is waiting for you to finish this message because they want to see you smile again. They want to see you free. They want to see you live the life God originally wrote for you. Your miracle is not far, in fact, it is already on its way. My child, my beloved, right now, heaven is preparing to deliver something that was promised to you long ago, something that has the power to change everything in your life instantly. Archangel Michael says, the miracle coming is not a blessing you asked for. It is a blessing you were born for. There is a difference. Some blessings come from prayer. But destiny blessings come from purpose, and purpose cannot be cancelled. Even when darkness interferes, even when delays appear, even when you feel forgotten, the promise never dies. You may not have seen miracles for a long time. But that is because heaven was saving the biggest one for the moment you would truly value it. My beloved, understand this. When God chooses to restore, He does not give back the same thing you lost. He multiplies it. He strengthens it. He makes it better than what you imagined. That is the miracle approaching you now. But before it arrives, Archangel Michael wants you to be aware of why it was delayed. There is a spiritual law that says blessings cannot enter a place where energy is contaminated by jealousy, manipulation, or fear. And someone in your circle, someone who should have supported you, was secretly hoping you would remain stuck. They didn't know the power of your calling. They didn't know that heaven keeps records. They didn't know that every silent prayer you made was collected by angels like precious treasure. When God saw that your destiny was being held by undeserving hands, He delayed the blessing to protect it from being misused. Imagine this, a gift with your name written in heaven, but someone else trying to hold it first. You would never want a blessing that someone else tampered with. So, heaven waited. The angels waited. The soul who loves you waited. And you kept walking through pain without knowing you were being preserved. My beloved, the wait ends now. Archangel Michael is holding the sword of truth over your life. He is cutting away spiritual barriers that have slowed your progress for years. Everyone who doubted you will watch as heaven lifts you. That is the miracle approaching you now. But before it arrives, Archangel Michael wants you to be aware of why it was delayed. There is a spiritual law that says blessings cannot enter a place where energy is contaminated by jealousy, manipulation, or fear. And someone in your circle, someone who should have supported you, was secretly hoping you would remain stuck. They didn't know the power of your calling. They didn't know that heaven keeps records. They didn't know that every silent prayer you made was collected by angels like precious treasure. When God saw that your destiny was being held by undeserving hands, He delayed the blessing to protect it from being misused. Imagine this, a gift with your name written in heaven. But someone else trying to hold it first. You would never want a blessing that someone else tampered with. So, heaven waited. The angels waited. The soul who loves you waited. And you kept walking through pain, without knowing you were being preserved. My beloved, the wait ends now. Archangel Michael is holding the sword of truth over your life. He is cutting away spiritual barriers that have slowed your progress for years. Everyone who doubted you will watch as heaven lifts you. This miracle will prove that God never left you. Listen closely now. The miracle coming is connected to 3 important areas of your life. Your money and stability. A new door will open that leads to wealth or a major financial breakthrough. You might not see the path yet, but heaven is building it under your feet. your purpose and reputation. Your name will shine where it was once ignored. People who never respected you will seek your presence. Your value will finally be recognized. Your heart and relationships. Someone meant to love you correctly will come closer. Someone who sees your worth, not someone who fears it. This is not a small change. This is a spiritual relocation to a higher level of life. You will soon feel like everything in your life is moving at once. Not to overwhelm you, but to upgrade you quickly. My child, Archangel Michael says, you were delayed only because the blessing was becoming bigger than expected. Heaven was not punishing you. Heaven was preparing you. All the heartbreak, all the disappointment, all the lonely nights, all the times you smiled through tears. None of it was wasted. Your soul was being forged into strength so that when your blessing arrives, nothing can break you anymore. The person in heaven who risked everything saw that you were close to giving up. They could not watch you lose the miracle that was already written for you. So they interfered. They pushed heaven to reveal the truth to you. They made Archangel Michael come forward now. My beloved, this message is not a coincidence. This moment is not random. This timing is not accidental. You were summoned to read this. There is a divine urgency because the window is open. Not forever, only for a short time. What is coming wants a willing soul, a soul that believes, a soul that refuses to return to pain. Heaven needs one simple action from you now. Do not stop reading. Do not doubt. Do not turn away. Your reaction is aligning spiritual forces toward your miracle. As you continue this message, energy around you is shifting. Angels are taking position. Jealous eyes are losing access to your destiny. Your path is being cleared. My child, you are stepping into the part of your story where you win. My child, my beloved, you have reached the point in this heavenly message where the truth begins to unfold exactly as God instructed Archangel Michael to reveal it. What is about to happen in your life is not luck. It is not coincidence. It is not something you will need to fight for. It is something that belongs to you. And what belongs to you cannot be taken forever, only delayed. Archangel Michael says, you were fighting battles that were never yours. Now heaven will fight for you. For too long, you carried weight on your shoulders that didn't belong to you. You gave love where you received confusion. You gave trust to people who weren't ready to value it. You stayed loyal to souls who were afraid of your power. And still you kept your heart pure. This is the reason heaven chose you. Not because you are perfect, but because you stayed kind when you had every reason not to be. My beloved, in the spiritual world, kindness is not weakness. Kindness is currency. And you have earned a reward that cannot be stopped. This is why the miracle approaches. But Archangel Michael needs you to understand something crucial. Heaven does not deliver miracles randomly. Miracles are delivered with signs. If you recognize the sign, the blessing lands instantly. If you ignore the sign, the door closes and the opportunity passes. So listen with your soul. The first sign that your miracle is arriving will be a sudden emotional shift. It may happen in any of these forms. A release of old worry that doesn't make sense. A sudden feeling of peace in the middle of chaos. A strange confidence that appears from nowhere. The urge to disconnect from certain people or places. An inner voice that says something big is coming. This emotional shift is not random. It is heaven adjusting your spirit to match the frequency of your blessing. Your body may even feel it. You may feel lighter. You may sleep better. You may wake up with clarity. You may become uninterested in drama or negativity. These are not mood changes. These are spiritual confirmations. Once this emotional shift begins, something physical will follow. It may appear as a message, a payment, an opportunity, a conversation, a surprising connection, a door you didn't expect to open. And when it happens, everything in your life will begin to move quickly. One blessing will unlock another. One yes will lead to another yes. One shift will spark more shifts. Because when heaven restores, heaven accelerates. My child, Archangel Michael says, you are entering a season where what used to be difficult will become effortless. Things you struggled with for years will suddenly fall into alignment. Money will flow again. Relationships will heal or be replaced with healthier ones. Your purpose will gain recognition. People will start treating you differently, not because you changed, but because your energy is rising. And this rise will expose those who never wanted to see you succeed. Do not fear that exposure. Heaven reveals truth before it releases miracles. Your body may even feel it. You may feel lighter. You may sleep better, you may wake up with clarity. You may become uninterested in drama or negativity. These are not mood changes. These are spiritual confirmations. Once this emotional shift begins, something physical will follow. It may appear as a message, a payment, an opportunity, a conversation, a surprising connection, a door you didn't expect to open. And when it happens, everything in your life will begin to move quickly. One blessing will unlock another. One yes will lead to another yes. One shift will spark more shifts, because when heaven restores, heaven accelerates. My child, Archangel Michael says, you are entering a season where what used to be difficult will become effortless. Things you struggled with for years will suddenly fall into alignment. Money will flow again. Relationships will heal or be replaced with healthier ones. Your purpose will gain recognition. People will start treating you differently, not because you changed, but because your energy is rising. And this rise will expose those who never wanted to see you succeed. Do not fear that exposure. Heaven reveals truth before it releases miracles. When people fall away from your life during this period, it is not rejection, it is purification. Anyone who cannot celebrate your growth cannot be allowed near your blessing. My beloved, the person in heaven who risked everything for you has been waiting for this moment for you to step into the timeline of your greatness instead of the timeline of your pain. That soul chose you in life, they protect you in death. And now they are watching you move toward the destiny they always believed you were worthy of. And this is where the message becomes serious. Archangel Michael says this is your last warning because the spiritual doorway is open only briefly. If you follow this message until the end, your energy aligns with the miracle. If you disconnect now, it means heaven must wait again and the blessing may be given to another soul who is ready now. Heaven does not force miracles, heaven waits for agreement. Your reading, your attention, your belief, this is your agreement, my child. Destiny is calling your name. It is louder than fear. It is louder than jealousy. It is louder than every voice that ever tried to break you. You were born for more. And heaven is tired of watching you live smaller than what you were created for. You are stepping into the chapter of your life where blessings chase you instead of you chasing them. Where you wake up excited instead of exhausted, where you feel chosen instead of forgotten. Where you feel protected instead of threatened. Where you feel loved instead of questioning your value. This is why heaven is watching your reaction right now. Because this is not just a message. This is a spiritual entry point. What you do next determines what heaven does next. My child, my beloved. What I am about to reveal now carries the weight of heaven. These words are not meant to impress you. They are meant to wake you up spiritually to what has been happening around your life for years. The soul in heaven who risked everything for you wants you to hear this. You were never weak. You were tired. And there is a difference. Weak people give up. Tired people keep going. Even when their heart is breaking. Even when life is unfair. Even when people misunderstand them, you kept going. That is the reason heaven sent protection for you. Nobody in heaven interferes for someone who has no spiritual value. They interfere for the ones who are part of a larger divine plan, and you are one of them. You are more important than you think. Your path influences other souls. Your life has a ripple effect. Your victory will light the way for others. That is why darkness fought so hard to stop you. My beloved, the enemy wasn't afraid of your present life. The enemy was afraid of your future. And it wasn't your mistakes that attracted battles. It was your potential. You don't need to become anyone else to fulfill your destiny. You only need to step into the strength that has always been inside you. Archangel Michael says, the person who tried to block your blessing never understood your purpose. They only feared your greatness. And jealousy, even silent jealousy, creates spiritual barriers. You may have noticed this. Every time you were close to success, something fell apart. Every time you felt peace, something disturbed it. Every time you tried to move forward, something pulled you back. That wasn't bad luck. It was interference. But now, heaven has responded. The chains that were placed on your destiny are breaking piece by piece. As you receive this message, feel this truth. You are not chasing your miracle. Your miracle is chasing you because heaven has already decided. And now I must tell you what the soul in heaven is trying to communicate directly to you through Archangel Michael. This is their message. You deserve to be happy and you forgot that. They watched you settle for less than you deserved. They watched you stay strong for everyone else. They watched you sacrifice your own heart to protect others. They watched you put everyone first and yourself last. And they could not stay silent anymore. Their love for you traveled beyond the death of the body. Their loyalty to your soul remained stronger than spiritual law. That is why they risked everything. And now Archangel Michael has taken responsibility for you. He says, I will stand in front of every attack meant for you. I will destroy every plan built against you. I will open every door that was closed to you. Your story is entering the phase where the wrong people leave, the right people appear, money flows, love returns in pure form. Peace becomes natural, effort becomes rewarded. This shift will shock you because you have lived in survival mode for so long that you forgot what true support from heaven feels like. You are stepping into a season where God will prove to you that every tear was collected. Every prayer was heard. Every moment of pain had purpose. My child, you are not reading this because you got lucky, you are reading this because your name was spoken in heaven. A meeting was held about your life. Your struggles were reviewed. Your blessings were reassigned. Your timeline was reset. This is why your heart feels something big approaching. Even if your eyes don't see it yet, and they could not stay silent anymore. Their love for you traveled beyond the death of the body. Their loyalty to your soul remained stronger than spiritual law. That is why they risked everything. And now Archangel Michael has taken responsibility for you. He says, I will stand in front of every attack meant for you. I will destroy every plan built against you. I will open every door that was closed to you. Your story is entering the phase where the wrong people leave. The right people appear, money flows, love returns in pure form, peace becomes natural, effort becomes rewarded. This shift will shock you because you have lived in survival mode for so long that you forgot what true support from heaven feels like. You are stepping into a season where God will prove to you that every tear was collected. Every prayer was heard. Every moment of pain had purpose. My child, you are not reading this because you got lucky. You are reading this because your name was spoken in heaven. A meeting was held about your life. Your struggles were reviewed. Your blessings were reassigned. Your timeline was reset. This is why your heart feels something big approaching, even if your eyes don't see it yet. Spiritual changes always arrive before physical evidence, and your life is seconds away spiritually from the chapter you have been waiting your entire life to reach. But there is one more truth you must hear. Your breakthrough will not come quietly. It will be loud. It will be obvious. It will shock the same people who doubted you. Not because heaven wants revenge, but because heaven wants recognition of your value. When God lifts you, no one will be able to deny who you are anymore. My beloved, this is why Archangel Michael is warning you. Do not look back, once the miracle begins. What is coming is greater than what is leaving. Your future will not fit inside your past. Your blessings cannot breathe around small-minded people. Your purpose cannot grow where your soul is suffocating. This is why heaven will remove, not ask, remove anyone who is not aligned with your next level. It may feel strange. It may feel sudden. It may even confuse you for a moment. But after the separation comes elevation, and once elevation begins, it does not stop. My child, my beloved, you are now entering the part of this message that prepares your spirit for what Archangel Michael is about to do in the physical world, not just spiritually. Until now, protection was happening silently. But soon you will see it. Archangel Michael is not only watching over you, he is intervening. He has already begun the process of destroying 3 things from your life. The spiritual delay that blocked your destiny. The jealousy that was silently draining your blessings. The energy connections that were feeding off your strength. These 3 forces held your life back for years. They made progress temporary instead of permanent. They created cycles instead of breakthroughs. But that cycle breaks now. Archangel Michael says, the same chains that once held you down will now become the reason for your rise. Because when heaven dismantles spiritual interference, life accelerates. This is why the next phase of your life will feel sudden. Not because God is rushing, but because God is making up for lost time. My child, can you feel it? Your spirit already knows what is happening. Your intuition has been warning you. Your heart has been anticipating change. Your energy has been shifting without explanation. These are not coincidences. Heaven never moves without preparing your soul first. You didn't lose interest in certain people by mistake. Your spirit detached before your mind understood why. You didn't suddenly feel uncomfortable in certain places by accident. Your energy recognized what your eyes could not see. You didn't feel distance from certain relationships randomly. Heaven has begun removing access to your destiny. Every loss that is happening right now is making room for something far greater. My beloved, listen carefully. You are not being abandoned. You are being transitioned. Transition can feel lonely because the next chapter becomes ready before the right people arrive. But this loneliness is temporary. It is not punishment. It is alignment, and soon alignment becomes arrival. Now I must tell you what will change, first in your physical world. The first visible sign of your breakthrough will happen in a place where you once felt disappointed. It might be a financial situation that once stressed you. A relationship you thought was over forever. A conversation you once prayed to have. An opportunity you thought slipped away. Something that failed in the past but returned stronger. This change will shock you because you had already made peace with losing that part of your life. But heaven never forgets a promise. What was meant for you is coming back. Not in the broken form you once knew, but in a new healed, elevated, unstoppable version. When this sign appears, everything in your life will begin to rise at once. You will notice your energy improving, your confidence returning, money flowing more easily, recognition finding you, people treating you differently, doors opening one after another. Because when spiritual battles end, physical blessings begin. And this time, it won't be temporary. This time what comes will stay, my child. You need to be prepared because your breakthrough will not feel small. It will feel unreal. You may even question, is this really happening to me? Because you've been fighting so long. You forgot what it feels like when life is gentle to you. But heaven wants you to remember you were not born to suffer. You were born to fulfill a divine purpose. And joy is part of that purpose. The soul in heaven who risked everything for you is waiting for the moment you smile again. The moment you finally receive what you deserved all along, the moment your pain transforms into reward. They have seen your future already and it is beautiful. Archangel Michael is now walking ahead of you to clear the path. You do not need to chase success. Success is being summoned to you. You do not need to beg for love. Real love is being aligned with you. You do not need to prove your worth. Heaven has already declared it. My beloved, you are stepping into a moment that will make every struggle make sense. Everything you lost will return, differently. Not as pain, but as purpose. Because when spiritual battles end, physical blessings begin. And this time it won't be temporary. This time what comes will stay. My child, you need to be prepared because your breakthrough will not feel small. It will feel unreal. You may even question, is this really happening to me? Because you've been fighting so long. You forgot what it feels like when life is gentle to you. But heaven wants you to remember. You were not born to suffer. You were born to fulfill a divine purpose, and joy is part of that purpose. The soul in heaven who risked everything for you is waiting for the moment you smile again. The moment you finally receive what you deserved all along. The moment your pain transforms into reward. They have seen your future already and it is beautiful. Archangel Michael is now walking ahead of you to clear the path. You do not need to chase success. Success is being summoned to you. You do not need to beg for love. Real love is being aligned with you. You do not need to prove your worth. Heaven has already declared it. My beloved, you are stepping into a moment that will make every struggle make sense. Everything you lost will return differently. Not as pain, but as purpose. Everything that broke you will rebuild you. Not as weakness, but as wisdom. Everything that was taken will be restored. Not in the same measure but multiplied. This is why heaven is watching your reaction now. Not because God doubts you but because God wants you to believe that you are worthy of what is coming. And you are my child, my beloved. Right now something extraordinary is happening in the spiritual world that you cannot see with your eyes but your soul can already feel. Your name is being spoken in heaven. Archangel Michael says your name is echoing in places where miracles are decided. There are moments when heaven becomes still. Moments when angels stop what they are doing because a divine decision is being made about a chosen soul. You are living inside one of those moments right now. That is why you are here reading this message. That is why every word feels like it is speaking straight to you. That is why your spirit feels awake and alert. Even if your body is tired, your soul recognizes truth before your mind understands it. You didn't arrive here randomly. You were pulled here. You didn't choose this message. The message chose you because heaven is preparing to rewrite your story. But before a miracle arrives, heaven makes announcements in the spiritual world. Angels speak your name. Blessings are redirected toward you. Doors are ordered to open. Blockages are ordered to break. Enemies are ordered to fall away. Jealous hearts are ordered to lose access. This is why the next 1 to 3 weeks of your life will not look like the months or years before. Your reality will begin shifting rapidly because your soul contract is changing. You will notice dramatic shifts in 3 areas. Social connections. People who were never meant to stay will start distancing themselves, not because you failed, but because they cannot breathe in the light you carry now. Opportunities. Things you have been chasing for years will suddenly start chasing you. The doors that once rejected you will open without effort. Inner identity. You will no longer apologize for your strength. You will no longer accept crumbs of love. You will no longer lower your energy to fit small rooms. These changes will not be comfortable, but they will be beautiful. My child, there is something you need to understand. You are not becoming a new person. You are becoming your true self. The self that was buried beneath disappointment. The self that hid because of trauma. The self that dimmed its light to keep others comfortable. No more. Heaven says your light is required now. Your purpose is required now. Your presence is required now. And as you rise, people will react in 3 different ways. Some will celebrate you. Some will be inspired by you. Some will fear your evolution. Do not take any reaction personally. When you grow, people reveal who they truly are. Some hearts will be drawn closer to you. Some hearts will silently exit. Some hearts will try to return once they realize your power. You do not need to chase or convince anyone. Alignment will bring who belongs to you. Elevation will remove who does not. The soul in heaven who risked everything for you wants you to remember this. You never needed to be loved by everyone. You only needed to be loved by the right ones. Your life is shifting toward people who respect your heart, value your energy, celebrate your success, support your purpose, love you without competition, and that shift begins the moment you stop settling. Archangel Michael says, your destiny requires new agreements. Your future cannot fit inside your past. This is why heaven is sending distance between you and certain people, not as punishment but as protection. Your miracle is too precious to share with the wrong audience. Now listen closely because this part holds divine urgency. You are entering a season of rapid blessings, but also rapid exposure. Anyone who secretly envies you will reveal themselves through strange attitude changes, sudden silence, unexpected negativity, competitive behavior, fake support that feels cold. Do not ignore these signs. When heaven enlarges your territory, not everyone deserves a seat at the table. You will no longer need to wonder who is for you and who is against you. The truth will show itself without effort. Your life will not remain in confusion much longer. Clarity is coming. Breakthrough is coming. Justice is coming. Restoration is coming. Love is coming. Wealth is coming. Peace is coming. And it is coming quickly. You may not feel ready, but heaven has already decided you are. My beloved, the miracle is not only approaching you. You are approaching the miracle. Every breath you take brings it closer. Every moment you keep reading aligns you deeper. Every shift in your energy pulls blessings toward you. The door is open. My child, my beloved, you have reached the part of this message where heaven begins revealing timing. The very moment when your destiny turns in your favor. Archangel Michael says, there will be a moment when everything suddenly begins to make sense, and that moment is closer than you think. Your life is not waiting for a date on a calendar. Your breakthrough is waiting for alignment. And you are aligning right now without even realizing it. That is why your spirit has been feeling different lately. Not broken but restless, not hopeless but expectant. Not empty but ready. Even when nothing seems to be happening on the outside, something powerful is happening inside you. Your destiny activates the moment your inner world shifts. That is why heaven guided you to this message. Because your time of activation has arrived. My beloved, let this touch your heart. God waited until you were strong enough to receive what is coming. If this blessing had come years ago, it might have been stolen by envious people. Been ruined by someone you trusted, been reduced by someone who used your kindness, been shared with those who didn't deserve access. But now you have wisdom, you have strength, you have clarity, you have boundaries. You are not the version of yourself that tolerated disrespect. You are not the version of yourself that hid your power. You are not the version of yourself that begged for love. You are the version heaven waited for. The version that can carry the blessing without losing yourself. That is why now is the appointed moment. The delay wasn't punishment. It was protection, preparation, and positioning. And now the blessing is mature. Your spirit is mature. Your journey has shaped you for this. Now I must reveal something that may make your heart tremble. Your destiny will flip in your favor in a moment that feels sudden but will be spiritually perfect. It might be a single conversation, a sudden opportunity, an unexpected phone call, a chance meeting, a message that changes direction, a financial breakthrough, a reconnection from someone meant to love you correctly, a door opening that was once locked tightly. Whatever form it takes, it will carry the same energy. Ease, flow, confirmation, relief, certainty, no fighting, no begging, no proving yourself, no forcing anything to work. Because when heaven approves something for you, it will feel natural. Your spirit will recognize it instantly. Archangel Michael is positioning everything in your life right now. Not slowly but rapidly. People are being moved out of the way. Opportunities are being positioned directly in front of you. Your intuition is being sharpened. Your emotions are being reset. Your heart is being prepared to receive again. This is why you might feel tired lately, not physically but spiritually. Transition is exhausting because your soul is detaching from your old reality while reaching for a new one. When you feel this tiredness, it means you are close. My child, you have been walking through a long spiritual night. But nights do not last forever. The sun is coming. And when light returns to your life, it will not rise slowly. It will break through suddenly. There will be a moment you will remember it forever. When you will say to yourself, "This is it. This is what I've been waiting for." Your heart will know. Your energy will confirm it. Your soul will feel at peace. And from that moment forward, nothing in your life will ever be the same again. The person in heaven who risked everything for you has waited for this moment with tears of love because they always believed you would reach it. They saw your potential when others overlooked you. They saw your calling when others underestimated you. They saw your worth when others took you for granted. Now heaven wants the world to see what they always saw in you. And Archangel Michael has one final instruction before the miracle arrives. Do not shrink yourself for anyone when blessings begin to show. Some will admire you. Some will envy you. Some will try to return after abandoning you. Some will question how you rose so quickly. Smile and stay focused on your path. Elevation is not a crime. Success is not arrogance. Receiving divine reward is not selfishness. You deserve what is coming. You earned it through pain and sealed it with patience.